Hi guys, and welcome to the Game Changer Show. Today as my guest, I will have founders of Menzy Move to Earn project. And guys, we have a special deal for you. Under the video, you can find a Google form with the questions. You have to answer those questions and submit the form. We will announce 5 winners, and each winner will get 50 SFUND. All the answers you can find during the video. So stay tuned, watch until the end, and good luck. Hi Ahad, hi Amar, how are you doing?
Doing great. How about you?
Great, how are you?
Fine, surviving this bear market.
Aren't we all?
Okay, tell me please, as I understand correctly, you are the founders of Menzy.
Yes.
Correct? Right,
Correct.
So could you please briefly explain what is Menzy? What is it about?
So in short, Menzy, even by the name, it's focusing more on move to earn made easy, which basically means that now I'm sure the public is already familiar with how the move to earn space has been booming in the past 2 or 3 months, and it's not because it's just an ordinary hype or a wave. It's also because it's the first time in the crypto space that users can actually do a physical activity and sort of earn crypto while they're doing it. So it's basically like mining, but you're not using a laptop or a computer machine. You're actually doing a physical activity. Menzy is also revolving around the same idea. It is a move to earn project. And right now, we're focusing on how to sort of incentivize everyone in the crypto space and outside of the crypto space to hop over and sort of start doing their physical activities within the blockchain space and earn passively. So in short, Menzy is a move to earn ecosystem where you can earn passively by doing different, fun physical activities, which could be dancing, walking, running, jogging, any sports activities. And the way we do it is that this is also the first time Menzy is introducing artificial intelligence algorithms embedded into a blockchain ecosystem. This is not something that has been commonly found as of yet. And therefore, Menzy is purely an AI-driven move to earn ecosystem / application where you can where AI basically rewards you based on your movements and the number of steps you make.
Nice. That's one of the reason I didn't download SFUND, because I don't like to walk. And my job is like I always have to sit in my chair and like in front of my computer. I don't like to walk. So you're basically saying using Menzy, I can like even dance and earn money?
Exactly.
But how? Like how the application knows that I'm dancing,
Exactly. So this is where I leave it to Omar, our tech lead, he will give a bit of insight on what the AI algorithms are doing and how the system detects what you're doing as well. So over to you, Omar.
So there are 2 aspects to what you just mentioned. So you were talking about how do we detect the movements in the first place for different sorts of activities. The way we go about doing that is, as Ahad mentioned, we're using neural networks, backbone architectures that basically classify what's happening within a given scene. So essentially what's happening is our code looks at any person, looks at the person's joints across the body, human joint points, roughly 17 points across the body. The amount that you traverse in the Cartesian space is the amount that we reward someone. So what happens is like we implement pose estimation and we implement activity classification both. The way that we do it is in a bottom up approach, and the activity that you could do could vary across. So you can basically do all sorts of activities, anything that that is in the visual line of sight of a camera or your camera-enabled device is what you could do. So for people who don't like to walk, who don't like to run outside, outdoors, but who are living a sedentary lifestyle, yeah. So people who are living a sedentary lifestyle have to work on their laptop all day. Those sorts of people, it's for them, and not just them. It's across like different other like people who want to work out indoors. But yeah, the base architecture behind it are a couple of neural networks that we've developed in-house, and they work across the vision space. They identify joint points, identify the spaces and how much you move. And also activity classification is when like it looks at over a given time step, say over 5-10 seconds, which is roughly around 1 second has 30 frames. So over a given time step of 5 seconds, you could look at what a person is doing. And if there's a movement like this, for instance, it means a person's waving. So you can sort of like start classifying activities like that. And the AI starts learning by itself slowly and gradually. So the more data we accumulate, the better the system starts to learn over time. So those two things in parallel, the joint points and the AI system, both end up in a good rewarding mechanism for any sort of movement that you could do in front of a camera.
Amazing, cool. I know you already mentioned a lot, but can you tell me what other advantages from another move to earn projects?
Yeah, of course. So one that we just spoke about was, of course, artificial intelligence algorithms. That's something that really makes us unique. And I think that is also our unique selling point. Other than that, what we're doing is that, most of these move to earn projects have their utilities in the application as part of the gamification as well. There is no utility that could benefit a user outside of the application, right? So for example, if I have my NFT, I could use my NFT for 1 billion purposes within the application, but I cannot use those NFTs for any use case outside of the application. This is where we come in and how we have, where we're working towards building more utilities that could benefit users, not just while they're using the Menzy app, but also, let's say, when they're going to a gym. Now, for example, gym memberships is something we're working on, and we are working on closing a few deals with global gym chains and fitness centers. And of course, one thing that is a big hassle is how gyms control their gym memberships. If you're a member of a gym, you're going to have a gym pass, right? So imagine if an NFT replaced those gym passes, which means that you don't need a gym pass anymore. All you need is a digital asset that allows you to walk inside the gym. So this is one very big utility that we're working on. The other one is a live virtual fitness center. And that's our ultimate end goal. This is the reason why we are starting off with Move to Earn, is because we want to ultimately create a virtual fitness metaverse. And a fitness metaverse would be essentially a one-stop shop virtual solution where I can either get trained by different athletes. I could also schedule appointments with trainers on let's say diet consultation. I could avail all of these services that you would need a trainer to sort of cater to inside a real gym. And this is why we have, and ever since COVID hit the world, and after this pandemic, we realized how a lot of people have adapted to working out in their own homes. And even though COVID is gone, they still continue to work out in their own homes because it saves them time. And what they do is they go and search YouTube videos. Let's say I want to search an ab workout on YouTube. I want to search a chest workout on YouTube. So instead of going to YouTube, all you could do is have a virtual fitness center where you could just get trained at home, with proper consultation through virtual integrations. So essentially the ultimate end goal that we have as our product vision and as Menzy's vision is to create a virtual fitness metaverse. That is our goal.
Wow, I'm already excited about that. So basically you will have everything in one app. I can earn money, I can find a trainer, I can have my gym pass, like all in one. That's cool. As I know, you guys already started finding some athletes, professional athletes, right? And as I know, you signed contracts with some of them, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we're slowly getting there. Right now, we've on what we want to do is capture an athlete from each and every industry. So let's say one could be a star dancer, the other could be a star football player, and so on and so forth. So because it's going to be a part of activity classification, we want to onboard different brand ambassadors from different sports industries. And right now we are catering to dancing and football. Soon we'll have shadow boxing, so an athlete from shadow boxing as well. And then gradually we'll have different athletes from different industries as well. So yes, we are doing that. So far, we've only onboarded Dan Glazer is a footballer, a key player, and we're also moving slowly towards dancers and then different activities. So yes, we will be doing that and slowly getting there. Yeah,
that's amazing because not many projects actually follow their roadmap. But I can see you guys, like whatever you promise, you actually try to make it happen. Could you please tell some words about compete to earn? What is that?
Yeah. So, Amar, you want to take this one or today?
Sure. Compete. So what? As I was mentioning, like the social aspect behind a lot of sports, and that's why we thought a lot about like competing to earn is essentially what you have in, say, crypto assets, MNZ or R token, or any other sort of like, say, you have USDT or anything else that you would want to compete with someone else on. So you could place it, say, 100 MNZs, but would go into a pot from both people that could compete online. Shadow boxing, for instance, 30 seconds, who does it better? The AI is the referee, essentially. The AI analyzes who's done better shadow boxing or who's done more number of jumps, for instance, or like you can compete in different sorts of activities across. So it's about bringing a lot of social aspect into day-to-day sports activities that you do. So that's the competing factor, is you'd actually be competing for what you've earned or what you have as assets. You could put them on the line and try and earn more by essentially working out or competing with other people. It's sort of like what you might have seen last year with Battle for Ethereum in the raw metaverse projects, where, say, something like Illuvium or even Axes, for that matter, where they were like people were competing against each other,
Right.
trying to. So it's sort of like bringing that sort of aspect into the real world. That's what we're looking at.
Okay, nice. And okay, I would like to try this application. How much should I pay for the NFT?
Interesting
What is
question.
the entry point?
Yes, a very interesting question, and yeah, so our entire incentive was to keep it as low as possible, so a wider community can access it. What happens is with the model that current move to earn projects have, their base NFTs, the entry NFTs, are very costly. And that's a very big problem as to why. I mean, if I want to test out a move to earn application, let's say for STEPN, and I've got to pay $2,000 roughly, give or take, for that. So that's a bit absurd, which is why we wanted to expedite through the market with a very low entry price and focus more on in-app purchases. So right now our entry price and the base NFT through which you can enter is going to cost less than $100, and that is all I can disclose for now. So it's going to be less than $100, but the way you get rewarded, that is a tricky one. So what we've done is that once you get onboarded on the application, you're not going to start getting rewarded as soon as you start walking. There is a minimum threshold of number of steps that you need to target, or let's say number of movements you need to target. Once you reach that minimum threshold, from that point onwards, you will start earning. So essentially, it is The reason why and this is the business model that we've created, which we think would be much more beneficial as compared to keeping an absurd amount of entry price. So that's our business model, and that's how it's going to be. The base entry price will be less than $100, and then there will be a minimum threshold of, let's say, steps or body movements that you need to target and reach first. Once you reach it, then you will start getting rewarded passively. So yeah,
That's actually not bad. I believe it will motivate people more to walk more and exercise more.
Exactly. That's the goal, right? Yeah.
Right. And so how much can I earn with Menzy? Let's say per day.
So that's actually what we're right now. The way we've rewarded our rewarding mechanism is a bit sophisticated, and that is because, of course, we had to implement a strategy over it, and it's different for people who are walking and running, and it's different for people who are doing full body movements. So of course you're getting rewarded much higher in terms of full body movements, and it also depends on your level in the gamification element, right? So of course, if your level is, let's say, level 0 or level 1, which means you just started using the application, then of course your number of earnings per day are quite limited. They're not that favorable. But if you're sitting at, let's say, level 15 or level 20, then you're getting rewarded at a much higher pace. So this gives an incentive for users to use it more, to use the application more and more, so that they can reach a higher level where they could also earn and get rewarded at a much higher rate as well.
Nice. Thank you, Ahad. Tell me, please, when the application will be launched. And maybe you have something to showcase to show us, like some development process?
Yes, of course. So our current, given that the market only continues to stay, if it continues to improve over the next 1 week, then our application launch is expected to be around the time when we're also going to be launching the token. So roughly, give or take, we're looking at a timeline of first week of July. And as of now, and first week of July is not many days away, so it's just 10 days from now. And yes, I think I'll let Amar take out a glimpse of what we can show you. And it's a quick glimpse of the product and how the product works. So Amar, over to you. All right, so this is essentially a short clip of what our AI algorithm is doing on a person who is actually doing a full body movement. What he's doing is actually a flare dance movement, and this is a very difficult dance movement. So not everyone could sort of do this if one doesn't know how to dance, and therefore the rate at how much he's earning is also quite fast and high, which is because of the movements, right? So I'm going to play this video that's going to show you how our algorithm takes these 17 data points on your body. Like you can see on the right side, there's 17 data points, which essentially takes your nose, your left eye, right eye, shoulders, elbows, so 17 data points on your body, which determines how much you're moving. So essentially, to answer a question that you asked earlier, that what if someone takes a video and then just does this? If he's only doing this, then he's barely earning anything, because our algorithm, our pose estimation algorithm knows that this is not a lot of distance, because what we do is that we take the X and Y distances. So for example, let's say this is my hand, and this is the data point. So right now, if I'm on 0, 0, which means 0 on the X-axis, 0 on the Y-axis, and if I'm only doing this, then I'm barely covering any distance, right? So our algorithm works in a way where it rewards based on the distance that this data point moves. So this is what's interesting.
Nice. He was earning pretty fast.
Yeah, like I said, his
Because of,
moves were very unique.
yeah, is it because of his fast moves or it's
Yes.
because it's difficult moves? What exactly
It's
should I do? Should it be
it's
fast? Should it
the
be
it's the fast moves and the amount of distance he's covering it within a given timestamp.
right?
That's what's happening.
Nice. Thanks for explanation. Now I know more how to be a billionaire soon with Menzy app.
Exactly.
I'm gonna learn
Or you
some.
could say how to be more healthy.
Okay, guys, tell me please, when is your IGO date? Can you remind me, please?
Yes, our IGO date is on the 27th of June.
Right.
So in 7
And
days.
okay, and are you planning to list Menzy token on any centralized exchanges? And when?
Yes, we definitely are. Our strategy is to first go towards a decentralized exchange and then a centralized exchange, because that gives it keeps the momentum running, and it also keeps the hype retained. So we're gonna initially, and since because we don't want our users and our whitelisters to wait for too long for the launch, that's why we're targeting, we're aiming, given that the current market conditions improve a bit, where we're aiming to do a launch on a decentralized exchange on the 5th of July, so which is roughly 6-7 days after the IGO, and then 15 to 20 days after that we will be launching on a centralized exchange as well. Yeah.
Nice. I very like how proactive you are and actually trying to follow your promises. Very good.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
One more question. How do you think, what is the future of play to earn?
So play to earn or move to earn?
Let's do, since the topic about move to earn, let's do move to earn.
So basically both, right? You're doing something and you're earning. So play to earn,
Yeah.
move to earn, essentially they're from the same core concept. And how long do we think that it's going to survive? I feel like even if the crypto industry falls, if there's one thing that can survive and will survive, is the play to earn or move to earn gamification element. Because you see, people never grow old, and even if, let's say, the millennials grow old, then there's Gen Z, Gen X, and different generations getting following, different, and that's why we feel that as long as the application and the ecosystem is exciting enough, and is, I would say, in other words, keeping users interested, as long as that is happening, this industry will survive. And of course, this is all dependent on players like us, right? Like if we're trying to become the leading players, then we have to set an example of how to really, how to outperform, or how to make sure that the ecosystem is sustainable. Because if the leading players do not, create and work towards the sustainability of the industry, be it play to earn or move to earn, if we don't set an example, then there's no hope for the industry. So as long as leading players are working towards the sustainability of play to earn or move to earn, then rest assured the industry will last. Yeah.
Amen. Hopefully.
Amen.
No, I'm
Amen.
sure that's gonna be.
Yeah.
And where do you see your project in 1 year?
So in 1 year, we've actually created our vision and our roadmap based on more than 1 year, so roughly 17, 18 months. And where we see ourselves is where I mentioned our ultimate end goal, which was to create a fitness universe in the virtual reality / augmented reality. That's what we want to do. That's where we want to be, and ultimately we want people, to use the Menzyverse. That's what we call it, by the way, Menzyverse. That's what we're building ultimately, and in 1 year, hopefully, every fitness enthusiast you see will be onboarded and using the Menzyverse for their trainings and fitness related activities. So that's where we see us. We see all the celebrities, sports celebrities, of course, and essentially what we want is that this application is not only used by those who invest in crypto, but also those who have no idea what blockchain and crypto is. And that is, when we talk about blockchain inclusion, that means, spreading the awareness and education among the wider community in the wider world who are also not a part of blockchain as of yet. So what we want to do is to actually be the leading players who increase the blockchain inclusion. And I think by building Menzyverse, that will really help onboard people who have no idea what blockchain is, and this will ultimately, contribute towards blockchain inclusion. So that would be my answer.
Wow, nice. I'm very excited. And yeah, you have mentioned our Metaverse with VR integration. I think that is the big thing. Okay, guys, thanks a lot for this conversation. It was super nice conversation.
Thank you.
So much love and good luck for your listing.
Thank you very much. All we need is the support of the public, and I hope the public likes what we're trying to build here. Yeah.
They will for sure. Yeah. Okay, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Take care.
That was a very positive conversation with Menzy project. Small reminder, do not forget to answer the questions. The Google form below the video. Have a chance to win 50 SFUND. Good luck.